Alright gang, going into a new computer art tutorial here with Pixlr, and what we are doing today is creating a glowing portrait. So we're going to add an outer glow to a portrait of somebody. Doing an action would be preferable here. So then we can add action lines and other types of glowing lines with some blurs and with some layer styles applied to them in the background as well. So let's go ahead and get started on this new project. So first thing I'm going to do is toggle back to home here and create a new image. I'm at Pixlr editor, so Pixlr E. I'm going to choose the photo size and go over to landscape 10 by 8 inches, just the largest photo size that Pixlr has preset there, so we can use that. Then I need to do a Google search, image search for the image that I want to go for. So I was going for Goose the Band lead guitarist, Rick, right here. And this photo already has a little bit of blur and glow to it, but as you can see in my artwork that I created, I added a little bit more to emphasize that action of him playing guitar. So I'm going to copy and then paste this image into my document. I'm going to stretch the corners so that it goes all the way side to side, nice and big. And then I will just take my crop tool and crop off any extra space that I have here. Alright, so I'll hit return on my keyboard, or you could hit apply in the system menu. As I go to start to add my glows, I'm going to select my image layer. I am going to do select subject and let Pixlr select his outline for me. There we go. Nice outline is selected, it looks good. I'm then going to go to filter and go to outer glow. You also have inner glow, drop shadow, some other stuff here, but we want to go to outer glow. As you can see, it looks like it just kind of puts an outline around where our selection area is. You can increase the size, and we can increase the feathering, which is the kind of fade that goes from solid to transparent. So as you can see, you can play with how much glow you really want with the feather and the size, and then you can change the opacity. So if you really don't want it to be that bright, you can kind of turn down the opacity a little bit from 100. You could also add a color here. So instead of this just being white, I can select a color from this menu here. If I click on the box where it says color, I can choose any color that I want. Now I'm thinking about what would maybe look good in this background. You know, you could try colors and see what works. Kind of like the idea of maybe trying to pull something off of his guitar. I could take this eyedropper tool and put it over his guitar and maybe pull one of these like orange tones off the guitar and use that. Okay, so that's what this little eyedropper here is for. It can be useful for that kind of thing. So maybe let's try and take the size up a little bit just to have that glow come out even further. Maybe I'll do opacity a little lower so it fades a little bit more. Alright, so that looks like a pretty decent amount of glow. So I'm going to say apply. I'll hit Command or Window D to deselect, and then I'm going to start onto a new layer. So you already have a layer 1 here actually from before we even started our project, so I'll just move that up over the top. And now I'm going to draw some lines, other lines to glow. So I'd like you to get 3 more layers of some glowing lines in there. My first one, I'm going to take the pen and go to a type of line that actually fits really well with this assignment, and we are going to neon. So neon line is going to have a little bit of glow to it as well. I'm going to put my size up to 40 and turn the amount up to 100. We want all the glow here. We want all of the glow. All right, now I'm going to create like a drawn line that sort of echoes the outline of his body. And you can see after I let go, it kind of clicks in and creates that little neon type glow action, almost like a neon sign. So that line looks great. I am going to now move on to doing another line. So another empty layer. That way I can add like blurs and things to each one of these lines separately and independently. So I'm going to use another pen line. Let's say maybe I'll go to, I think I like the crayon line as another line that I like to use. And maybe I'll change my color. We should definitely change the color for this one. Maybe I'll use this purple color. And I'm just going to do another line that does pretty much the same kind of thing. Again, we're going to add some different blurs to these lines and kind of make them fade into the background a little bit more. So that's what I'll do next. I'm going to go ahead and do some blurring to these lines. So again, where we had blurs is we go to filter and details. We could do motion blur, radial blur, zoom blur, whichever one you're feeling. I'll start with the zoom one. And you can see that just kind of takes that glowing line and starts to kind of pull it away. It almost zooms it out towards the edges. And so that just turns it into more of this kind of an aura effect, which I think is more like what we're going for. You don't necessarily have to do that to your glowing lines. If you want to do it to some and maybe leave some of those neon lines unblurred, that's fine too. There's always a gazillion ways that everyone could approach these assignments. I'm going to try radial blur for this next one, for my crayon line, I'm pretty sure, which is the layer that I'm on. So let's do a little bit of radial blurring to this crayon line. And you'll see as I kind of turn it up, you can see it kind of like fade into the background a little bit. And that's fine. I really just want like a little bit of this accent line. I don't necessarily want the whole thing. It's just giving me some accents to different parts of his instrument and his stance. And so I'm actually kind of liking this. It's just like fading and blending it in a little bit more rather than having it be this solid line that goes all the way around him. All right, so those look good. I'm going to do one more layer here. And this last layer, I'm going to do a trail line. So back to my pen tool, and I'm going to do a trail line that wraps around him. So I'm going to need another new color. Let's say, maybe I'll go with like this kind of goldish yellow color. Yeah, maybe somewhere in here. Let's say okay. All right, so with the trail line, I think the size that I might want might be a little less than 40. I'm going to try something more like 20. But you never know. It depends on the size of your image. Okay, so see, that looked like it got a little bit big, but the trail line creates a cool effect. And what I'm going to do is try and wrap a line that kind of goes behind him. So I'm kind of coming out and going back. And yeah, again, that line just looks like it has just a little bit too many trails. I could turn down the amount. That's probably the other thing I could do. Maybe I'll turn this amount down to 75. And I turn my size down a little bit as well. Oh, so that first part got a little funky. So again, sometimes with these kind of things, it's a little bit of trial and error to keep kind of going through. I did a couple undos there, as you could see. It seems like this line kind of glitches out around this point. That's always fun. So, all right, there we go. That one worked pretty well. So I just needed to go out a little bit further on that. And then I'll kind of make this one come up, maybe go between his fingers and around too. So it's kind of creating that illusion that it goes around in front of him and then goes behind him again and then comes out through the other side. The only other thing I think I'd like to do here, and you could do this with your other lines as well, is try and use a blend mode. So I'm going to try and go with a blend mode of an overlay here. That kind of makes that line disappear though a little too much. So maybe I want to try a different blend mode. That one works pretty good. I do like with blend modes that you can see the image through the line a little bit more. And so screen is actually a good one too, but keep clicking around and see if you can find the one that maybe works best for you. That's pretty interesting because it makes it blend more with the colors that are in the background as well. And some layer styles, that one included, aren't going to work very well. So I think the one I liked most was not multiply, but screen. Yeah, there we go. It kind of lightens the color a bit, but you could still see the image of him through it, which is kind of nice. And that's pretty much my finished project. So you could obviously add more lines and accent lines to this, to your own project if you want, but as long as we get an outer glow and a few other lines of glowing color to accent the action, we are all good. So we can save this, submit it, and that is it for your glowing portrait assignment.